What is up, everybody? I am Steve SVU, and this is round 1 of the MMC Pokemon Draft League playoffs. After my solid win against my boy KJ last week, this week I'm up against Dries, the coach of the Navy's fields. Dries drafted an evil team this season. Head of the team is his sturdy Grey Tusk, followed by his cleaner Meowscarada. However, the fun comes to an end here, because next up he has his Stall Core with GLISCOR, Corviknight, Blissey, and Slowking. The team does get a bit better from here, with Hisuian Arcanine and his Terra captains Hisuian Typhlosion and Glaceon. Plus, Dipplin is here too, I guess, but he never brought that to a game, so there's no reason to worry about it now. Despite Dries' obvious Stall Core, lately he's been running some more interesting sets, so I have to match the tech. Starting off with Reversal Sneasler. With 1 HP, Reversal is able to one-shot just about every single mon on his team at +3, and I can endure to always live on 1 HP while being able to SD up and eat my Lychee Berry. But that's not all. I am bulky enough to always live a Brave Bird or Earthquake from no attack invested Corviknight or GLISCOR, and then I can get an SD up in their face. Upper Hand gives me a means to check Hisuian Arcanine's priority extreme speed, since nothing is able to outspeed Sneasler with an Unburden boost. With such an all-or-nothing strategy, I'm going to have to tailor the entire team to support Sneasler. And when you need support, who you gonna call? Why, it's Red Card Whimsicott, of course. With its held Red Card, Whims is able to force out Dries' potential cleaner, and allow me to be able to get a free switch and a U-turn. And if I find a Rocky Helmet on his side, I can switcheroo a Lagging Tail onto him. Leech Seed lets me be able to get back massive amounts of healing on his bulkier mons, and of course Encore can force him into bad situations if he tries to heal up or set up his own mons. Of course, if I'm looking to support a sweep, I can't be having potential Focus Sash users getting in my way, so Stealth Rock Sandaconda is the best option. Conda being able to get up rocks forces a lot of bad switches, as well as forcing his Corviknight to run Defog and not a more offensive variant. And with Iron Defense and Body Press, not many things love switching in on me outside of Hisuian Typhlosion, but Earthquake is always able to do massive damage into him to weaken that eruption. I think that's enough utility for the time being. Now, I need something to bust holes in his team to give Sneasler setup opportunities on switch-ins. So here comes Dragon Fang Dragapult. With his only dragon type switch-in being Corviknight, that means I'm free to throw off my massive dragon stabs fairly freely. Dragon Fang boosted Dragon Darts can always 2-hit KO Blissey, and Draco Meteor is able to OHKO offensive variants of Great Tusk. X lets me be able to hit GLISCOR consistently hard, and Willow gives me an option to hinder his more physically oriented team. With Corviknight and GLISCOR being his best walls, having something to match up well into them is a huge boon, so that's why I brought Nasty Plot Rotom. At +2, the only thing that likes switching into me is Blissey, but I can turn that thing into a health pack with Pain Split, able to steal significant amounts of health from it, and potentially getting a free switch in, whereas everything else gets massively chunked by either Hex or Overheat. For my final mon, I wanted a solid generally bulky cleaner to take advantage of his not super offensive team, so Calm Mind Necrozma fills in the final slot. With the combination of Psyshock for Blissey and Tusk, Heatwave for Corviknight and Meow, and Dark Pulse for Slowking, not many things are able to effectively switch in Necrozma's boosted attacks. And with my defense investment, he struggles to KO me fast enough before I can punch a sizable hole in his bulky squad. But that's the team for round 1 of the MMC Pokemon Draft League playoffs. Thank you all so much for tuning into this season of the MMC Draft League. Of course, if you enjoyed, drop a like and subscribe, and consider leaving a comment with what your favorite sets of this week were. And massive shoutouts to my guys, Absol and Elking, of course, for all the prep help this week. I really appreciate y'all. And with that all out of the way, let's get right into the battle! Alright everybody, welcome to the battle. Honestly, no Tusk is insane. No Tusk is wild. But everything here makes sense. No Glaceon? Really, bro? Wow, okay. Really expecting the Glaceon. Yeah, I am leading Whims. And I am just gonna go for that. It's just a little tough with Typhlosion being there. I don't love the Typhlosion being an option, but it's also just best for me. Or do I want to go Rotom lead here? You know what? Let's go for it. Okay, man, have fun, Dries, or Dries, sorry. I'm an American. I'm not used to pronouncing things correctly. Yeah, I like Whims here, mainly because I can outspeed everything on his team just about, except for like Scarf Typhlosion, and I can kind of scout that out a little bit. Alright, he is locked in. Round 1 of the MMC Draft League playoffs, everybody. Okay. Gotta shake out the nerves, lads. Alright, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Alright. Anything but Typhlosion is great. Lovely. Okay. That is not fun, but this is still a-okay. I like the idea for just going Rotom here. I could go for U-turn, but I don't want to risk him being Scarf. Scarf being an option is not ideal. He goes for Terra Fire right away. I think that just forces me to sack something. I shall see, though. Chefbot. Okay, Terra immediately. Is he going for the Terra Fire? Yes, okay. Terra Fire Eruption immediately. Okay. Alright. Let's see. This might just kill if he's Specs. Is he Specs? No, he is not Specs. So he is likely Scarf. Alright. Okay. Okay, I don't love this. I really don't love this. How much does Dragapult take? Sui, Terra Fire, Eruption. It's enough to do a KO. Yeah, I'm gonna sack this. I'm gonna sack this. I can't afford. Okay. Okay. That's not ideal. Truly unideal. But now I am going for this, and I'm going for D-Darts. There. I'm going for D-Darts here. He has no Fairy type. He could switch in Corv. But if I force this to switch, that's good. That's very good for me. This thing tearing out of its Ghost typing really does well for Sneasler. Being down by this much is not fun. He should go Corviknight. If he doesn't go Corviknight, and instead goes... Okay, if he goes Bliss, that's really good. That's really, really good. I think this is Corv. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Lefties. Okay, lefties, lefties. That's good. That's good, that's good, that's good. Now I'm going for the burn on this thing. I always outspeed this. There we go. And then I nullify his, whatever the heck, his leftovers. And I have the damage of all of his physical attacks. So this is really good if I get this burn off. Perfect! Very, very good. Come on, alright. Very, very good. U-turn. This is A-okay. This is A-O-frickin-K. Alright, Cursed Body. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Alright. And then does he go, like, Meow or something? I think he goes Meow here. He could go Typhlosion as well. Going Typhlosion is a possibility that he does. But then he's forced to go for Shadow Ball. And I know he's Scarf. Okay. So getting the burn off on that is really good. If he goes for... Okay, Hufflepuff, alright. And now he sees my Dragon Fang. Alright. He goes for Shadow Ball. Yeah, that always kills, but does it kill Sandaconda? No, it does not do much to Sandaconda whatsoever. So I'll go Sandaconda. I'll go Conda and get my rocks up. If he goes for Eruption here, then really good on him. Okay, very good. Damn. How much does that do? 206. Okay. Alright. That might not be Scarf. That might not be Scarf. But I'm still gonna get my rocks up. He doesn't have any form of removal as far as I'm aware. Maybe Defog on Corv. But this is still A-okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Minus 38. Okay. That is fine. If he wants to do this, I am A-okay. If he wants to defog this, I am fine with that. Okay. Kind of what I want to do here now is I want to go for Iron Defense. I want to Iron Defense on this. I want to Iron Defense up. Alright. Now nothing really wants to switch in here. Okay. Yeah, I'm just getting healing up. And now I want to go for body press here now, because I don't want Typhlosion coming in for free. And I just want to damage this thing. Okay, just going for U-turn. And if he goes back into Typhlosion, okay. Maybe I should have gone for rocks in that case, because he's probably going to go into Typhlosion and try to Eruption then. How much does Eruption do? Eruption does 86% max. And it all depends on where I'm at, like HP wise. I might just go for Earthquake then. Bird Comp. Oh, GLISCOR. Okay. What do I see here? Okay, Toxic Orb. Alright. Now I want to get my rocks up again. He might go for Knock. If he goes for SD... what do I think he's gonna do? Ooh, Taunt! I like it, I like it, I like it! This is still A-okay on my part. This is still fine. This is still A-okay, I think. Because I'm still at a fairly good amount of HP. I don't want... I think I'm gonna switch in Whimsicott here. Mainly because if he goes for knock, then he gets forced out. And then I can get something off. Toxic. Okay, this is fine. This is A-okay. Okay. I'm gonna Encore. I don't want him to U-turn. If he just hard switches, then good on him. Maybe I should have gone for a U-turn. Maybe I should have gone for U-turn instead of this. Yeah. I don't exactly... Yeah. Dang. Okay. General Iroh. Okay, who's that? Alright, this is still fine. Okay. Okay. I think I have already seen that no one is, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna switcheroo this. I'm gonna get rid of this thing's choice band. Having no red card going up is not ideal. That's not ideal, but getting rid of this thing's choice item is definitely nice. Okay, what is he? Okay. Boots. Okay, boots. This is fine. Okay. Yep, now I go into this thing. And then I get my rocks up. If he goes into Corv here, then I still just, you know, do my same stuff. Okay. This is still fine. This is still fine. This is still good. Okay. Okay. This thing is Taunt. I'm not going to risk that just yet. I'm gonna go for this. And then I'm gonna Calm Mind. Okay, Toxic. Okay. Going Sneasler might have been nice. Trying to go for my sweep right away then. But this should still be fine. Don't tell me he's gonna be fast taunt on this right away. Ah! Man, okay. I really dislike this. Bro is literally running a whole stall team right now. Literally. Okay. Okay, what do I do here? I think I Heat Wave. I think I Heat Wave this. Because right now... Okay. Does he go Corv? Does he go Meow? Okay, this is Corv. Yep. Let's go! Now these rocks are staying up. These rocks are so up. Very good. Very, very good. Okay. Perfect. Excelente. Okay. Very, very good. Okay, 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 okay. I am happy. I am happy with this. Okay. Because now that Corv is down, the only thing that really stands in my way is GLISCOR. Everything else loses to Sneasler. Everything loses to Sneasler, so he may think that he is out of the blue, but he is not. He is in fact not out of the blue. Alright, Hufflepuff. He wants to go for Shadow Ball. I think I let him. Yes, I think I let him. I just let him go for it. Eruption, okay. Does this still kill? Does this still kill? Yes, it does. Okay. Very interesting. This is probably modest. Okay. There we go. Now I go for D-Darts. I just want to go for D-Darts. Nothing really loves switching in D-Darts here because Corv is down. Okay, she's just going for damage. That's 100% valid at this point. Whew! Very nice. Perfect. That monster is down. He could go meow. He could go meow. If he goes meow, he's likely scarfed. Do I think he's gonna be scarfed meow? He might be scarfed meow. If he is... Okay, Meredith. Yep. What do I want to do here? You know what? I'm gonna Willow this. I'm gonna Willow this. Okay. That is fine. And that is mainly fine because now I don't want this to knock off Sneasler's item. I really don't. You know what? At this point, yes, I'm going to do this. I'm going Sneasler, and I am getting up an SD. Okay, come on. Okay. Please, 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 please tell me. Let this happen! Please let this happen. Please let this happen. Please go for EQ. Go for EQ. Please. Please. Yes! Yes, 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 yes. Please don't tell me this thing is fully Fizz-Def. Please don't tell me this thing is fully Fizz-Def. Please. Sneasler, please. Please, Sneasler. Do it, Sneasler. Please, boy. Come on. Do it! Okay, judging by how long this is taking, please. I need to see this. No, what? How does that... Oh, he is fully Fizz Def. No! He is fully Fizz Def. No! Man. Okay. Ugh. This is so annoying. I should have gone for another SD if I didn't go for Endure. Man. I am disappointed. I am very sad. If I went for another SD, if I didn't chicken out, But hey, like let me calc this real quick. Actually, Sneasler, I was at +3. GLISCOR. He had to have been... Okay, I was at 25 HP. Okay. Yeah, he was fully Fizz Def, and I wasn't at absolute max. Ugh. Absolutely annoying. I'm so sad. Okay, well, GG Dries. You stalled me out, brother. You stalled me out. Beat all of your offensive mons, and of course your defensive ones got to me. Very disappointed. Man, that did absolutely nothing. Yeah, as did that. Yeah, I'm just gonna play it out. Man, it was a good run, guys. It was a good run. Really disappointing, but hey, what you gonna do? Man, if I went for a second SD there, I would have been at +5. Okay, +5 still wouldn't have killed. Alright. +5 still wouldn't have killed. Alright, whatever. I didn't think... Actually, if I then endured after that, and I was at 1 HP, then reversal killed. I did things out of order. I should never have... I should have SD'd again. I should have gotten greedy. Finally, Shed Skin wears off. That's nice. Oh, man. Yeah, it still just doesn't matter. It doesn't. If I was rest, would have been a little bit interesting, but that's user error, folks. Absolutely user error here. Yeah, way to go, Dries. Way to go. Man. And he claims to not have a stall team. Man. But what are you gonna do, guys? What you gonna do? It's not what you can do. I tried to bring the heat. I just misplayed it. I misplayed the heat. I thought too hard about... Oh my lord. Uh, man, Sandaconda really just doesn't want none of that. Sandaconda does not want none. Come on, you coward. Switch in Meredith, you coward. Switch in Blissey, you coward. Come on, Conda. Crit. Dries just DM'd me saying sorry for this end game. Screw you, man. You brought a stall team against this team, man. I brought the heat. You brought fully defensive, toxic stall GLISCOR. I don't want to hear it, bro. Oh, man. Ugh. Oh, my lord. Sandaconda, back from the grave. Sandaconda, it's getting there, slowly but surely. I swear, if this thing 1v1's GLISCOR, that would be absolutely hilarious. Ugh. Oh, man. Man, ugh. Come on, Sandaconda! Sandaconda, come on! Come on! G. The fact that Sandaconda was able to do this much damage to GLISCOR is absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. I'm literally getting PP stalled, guys. I'm literally getting PP stalled. Come on. My lord. Sandaconda does not want to die. No crits are insane, by the way. No crits insane. No crits on either side, but mostly mine because he's brought the evil goblin GLISCOR set. Shedskin went on for so long without proccing that now it's just proccing at all the perfect times. Just seriously does not want this thing to die. Yeah, now he's... Okay, lovely. Literally PP stalled me. Man. G. My lord. Oh my god. Yeah, Dries, you ain't beating the allegations. You seriously ain't beating the allegations of running a stall corp here. Absolutely not. Absolute fraud. Absolute fraud here, fellas. Get a load of this guy. The fraud. He says he likes to run hyper offense. Nah. I was expecting an offensive GLISCOR here. Absolute fraud. Wow. You're evil. Absolutely evil. You know what? I'm gonna make you sit through cutscenes, bro. I'm gonna make you sit through more cutscenes. There, more cutscenes, bro. There. Man. GG's, Dries. Disappointing. Disappointing game. I could have 100% won if I didn't misplay that. I was just worried about him running offensive GLISCOR, but I really should have just trusted the fact that he wasn't, and I should have just SD'd again. Seriously, that was all on me, guys. But of course, thank you all so much for tuning into this season of the MMC Pokemon Draft League. I still can't beat the allegations of being a fraud in playoffs. But hey, I'm going to do my best to see if I can get a interview with him. That's the whole reason why we were paired up in the first place. We did it so that top seeds are able to pick their matches, and Dries picked me specifically for the post-game interview. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Peace. Alright everybody, welcome to the post-game interview. Here I have Dries right with me. Say hello to the people, Dries.
Hello everyone.
Yeah, this is the voice of the man who stalled me out in MMC playoffs, bro.
It was time that I brought Stall, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Looking at this GLISCOR set, it's real. It bothers me, bro. It really bothers me.
Oh, it's so good into your team. It's so good into your team.
You're right. It is, but it's also just like, ew, gross.
Yeah. So like the thought behind it was to be faster than the Crozma. That's faster than my entire team after the Dragon Dance.
Yeah.
So I don't know the exact speed you need for that. I think you hit 254, and then at the +1 you outspeed me out.
Yeah.
So my GLISCOR is 255 to always taunt you.
Yeah.
And then I have both Toxic and T-Spikes. So I wanted to Toxic your Mandibus and your Rotom Heat, because both of them were really annoying if Typhlosion didn't break them.
Mm-hmm.
And I had T-Spikes to always lure in your Sneasler. So if it was like an Unburden set, like with Indeedee, for example, with Air Balloon, I could Scyfangs instead of EQ. So it was meant to take on everything.
Yeah, like, I really like it. Man, that defense investment, bro. I swore you were either going to be offensive GLISCOR with like an SD like facade set, or I thought you were going to be specially defensive, because like your best switch in is to Dragon moves is Corviknight, and I thought, yo, Dragapult, Special Pult kind of goes crazy here. But then, like,
I was pretty sure you were going to bring a mixed Dragapult, like Hex, D-Darts, and then like Wisp or T-Wave. Because that really deals well with my GLISCOR to be hexing me when I'm poisoned.
Yep.
And with D-Darts you hit my Blissey harder, so...
Yes.
I was never going to use GLISCOR on Pult. Yeah,
that's very fair. Here, let me pull up my Pokepaste actually for you, so you can see the goblin shit that I brought.
I'm really intrigued. Like, you led off with your Whimsicott into my Typhlosion, and I was like, oh, very nice. Unless he's Focus Sash and then red card. I don't care.
Yeah, I was really disappointed because I was so close to leading Sandaconda, but I was like, that's not great into Meowscarada lead. So I'm like, you know what? Let's go with Whimsicott, because if he leads Meow and he tries to like Axle me, he gets swapped out right away, and I can U-turn.
Oh, that's really nice. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah,
that's really nice.
Or if you just want to go for like U-turn, then it forces you out and you can't pick what mon you switch into, and then I can U-turn and basically just get a free good lead. But then Typhlosion was the one mon I did not want to see. The single mon that I didn't want you to lead with.
Yeah, like, I looked at your team, I looked at your Typhlosion answers, and I was like, yeah, if he doesn't lead like a Focus Sash or a Soul Vest or a Choice Scarf mon, I'm just clicking Eruption all the time. But then a few minutes before the battle, I was like, he could also lead his Sandaconda and be Terra Water, which would be really annoying.
Yeah.
But I had outs to do that as well, so I just wanted to get it to lead Typhlosion, because with my Frisk, I got really nice intel on what you had anyway. And like I said, if you don't have Scarf or like an annoying move or an annoying item, I mean, to stop my Typhlosion from clicking Eruption, I was just claiming one every time.
Yeah, like the main reason that like Sandaconda would have been nice was because then I was able to. I always lived an eruption. I lived one eruption, and then I could EQ you afterwards.
That's crazy that you actually live.
Yeah,
That's really crazy.
because I was fully specially defensive, so I can EQ you afterwards, and then depending on the HP that you would be at after that EQ, then I could possibly get rocks up afterwards. Because like, wait, actually, I calced against like Terra Grass, I think it was, so it might have killed me.
It's the same role as it's the same role as my Psyfangs on your Sneasel. Actually, it's also 18.8% chance to occur.
Man,
That's crazy.
I am just like that roll into Sneasler. Like at the end of the day, I know that like. I know that that you could have had like any investment into attack, and that could have like had a solid chance of killing me. But if I just keep thinking to myself, if I played that early game better, I wouldn't have had to have that sort of issue with Sneasler. Like I feel like I misplayed a lot in the early to mid game.
I don't really think you misplayed. Like I just had you on the ropes early on, and you couldn't really recover. But this Sneasler stat actually brought it back. Like, I'm looking at it, I did not have an answer for it.
Yeah, it's funny.
Kinda crazy.
I was doing the calcs, and at +3, reversal at 1 HP is enough to literally OHKO your entire team outside of fully physically defensive GLISCOR. That's the only thing that lived. Even Slowking got OHKO'd.
Slowking is such a fraud. I haven't liked it this season.
Yeah.
It's weak to everything. It's insane.
And that's actually another reason why I brought Switcheroo Whims, was because I was like, okay, Rocky Helmet's the one thing that stops Sneasler here. So I can just sort of scout out for any like Rocky Helmet mons early on in the game and then just like Switcheroo. But I think I was doing too much like scouting and not enough just like solid damage immediately. Like, I feel like with Whims, I should have played things differently than the way I have. Like, leading Conda was better, and then...
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Like, leading Conda would have been better, because like my only real switch in for it is Corviknight, because I don't want to switch in GLISCOR on a Glare, because that does work on it.
Yeah.
And Mioscarado didn't kill it with a Flower Trick, which is really insane. Like, otherwise I would have gone into it a lot earlier on the end game, so my GLISCOR shouldn't have PP starting, which really was not my plan. Like, I was looking at this Toxic and I was like, yeah, if he Shed Skin, it's annoying, but it didn't trigger the first 3 times, so I was like, what else can he have? So I looked into it, and you can have Sand Spit, which he didn't have because it would have triggered, and then you had Sandville, which couldn't trigger. So I was like, he's just getting unlucky.
Yep.
And I think I literally said it out loud. So it would be funny if he if it's triggered here, because then he lives. Yeah, sure, it started to trigger then. Every time you just died, it started to trigger.
Yep.
And I was scared of rests, so that's why I kept taunting you. But then with your +2 defense and your leftovers, you kept getting out of range of Psyfangs. It was a mess of an endgame, man.
Yeah, it really was. And like, at the end of the day, Rotom as well, like, I was fine sacking Rotom early on in the game. Like, I was a little disappointed, of course, but like, this was my main like Great Tusk answer at first, actually. Yeah. And like Hex Overheat just like did good damage into everything, especially at +2 with Nasty Plot. And then even Blissey, who could kind of like switch in and like Seismic Toss me down, I had Pain Split. So
yeah, like, fun fact about my Blissey, I actually live an Adamant CC from Thor for Choice Bandit with my Choppleberry.
Jesus.
And then I sniped you back and you died. That's why I didn't switch it in, because I was like, yeah, I looked at your Sneasler and you could have easily run Adamant CC, Adamant Bandit, I mean, because my speed 2s are a mess. Like, you outsped my Typhlosion by it being Adamant, and you didn't need to outspeed anything else.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, he probably brings like Adamant Bandit, maybe with the Switcheroo set to annoy GLISCOR.
Yeah, and like, I was tempted to do that too, but I was also just like, I've ran Choice Band so many times, I might as well try a funny set.
Yeah,
and it would have worked.
That's also why I expected it.
It would have worked too, man.
I find it so funny. Like, I even put Scyfangs on over EQ just in case your air balloon is deep. That was like the only set I could think of that could break through my GLISCOR. And I was like, maybe he brings screens. And Scyfangs actually always KOs the Sneezer, and then it didn't KO. I was like, okay, my team builder is a bit stupid now.
Yeah, like, if I SD'd on that, bro, and then, because, like, man, I am
It
just,
would have
like,
been funny, though, if you clicked upper hand on my Arcanine.
that would have been really funny, because that would have been
that'd be really funny.
That would have been a true 50-50.
Yeah, for you it would have been a 50-50, and I would have been like, yeah, I just lose.
Yep, and then all of a sudden, I don't lose. Yeah.
People really like running upper hand Sneezer against me. Like, I remember when I had Palafin, someone ran upper hand choice band, upper hand against my Palafin to block the Jet Punch. And my
really
D-Knight got upper handed too in GWA semis. That was also really sad.
Man. Also, by the way, this Dragapult set, it's kind of moot since you ran HP invested Blissey, but the Dragon Fang and the Dragon Darts meant that I was always able to hit KO physically defensive Blissey without any HP investment.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, without any HP. Yeah, I was max HP.
Because the main Blissey set I have seen people run is just max defense, max special defense.
Max def, yeah.
So it wouldn't have 2-hit KO'd you, and if it did, it was like a roll, I think. But yeah, that's the main reason I was running that. Because then it also boosted Draco, which helped against like Great Tusk and stuff like that. So
it was a good bring. Like, I saw your damage against Corviknight, and I was like, okay, so he's attack boosting. That's interesting. And then I frisked your Dragon Fang, and I was like, okay, he's not attack boosting.
Nope. So, man, I think the game would have been entirely different if the leads were different. Like, the entire game would have been completely thrown up on its head.
Although I do think if you click EQ on my Corviknight, I probably just U-turn out into GLISCOR and activate it early on, and then I'd have clicked D-Spikes. So it would have been annoying either way, but Typhlosion would have been a lot more problematic for me to sweep it or like break with.
Yeah, for sure. It would have been more annoying, but then, like, at the same time, too, if you led, like, Meow into Sandaconda, it still wouldn't have been the best in the world, because then it would have forced me to Terra Fairy, and then at that point, I can't remember exactly what, like, Terra Ground might have helped me with on your team. Like,
it's interesting you didn't consider Terra Water. I was scared of Terra Water.
I did consider a lot of Terra Water, but the main reason was because I can't even remember. Who's on your team? Oh, I remember why. It's because I wanted to be neutral against fucking Glaceon.
Glaceon.
Because I was so sure you were going to bring Glaceon here. I was like, okay, ideally it's really not the best into my team, but with how much game he's been talking on Glaceon against me, there ain't no way he's not bringing Glaceon. And what do you know?
I did a lot of talking for absolute no reason. Like, I have been defending my stall team, playing offensively all the time, all with the idea of, like, when I'm in playoffs, I'm playing stall, I don't care.
Yeah, I was when I saw no Glaceon, like, that genuinely, like, ruined my day.
To be honest, I considered it, but then I saw you had Empoleon, and that's a really good check for my Glaceon. Even though I wasn't expecting it, because you did say you didn't like Empoleon, so then I was like, nah, I can't really afford to bring Glaceon.
Yeah, I'm really not the biggest fan of Empoleon this season.
I really like it.
It losing Scald really hurts it, dude. Really, really hurts it.
It's interesting. I think you'd really like Slowking, and I really like Empoleon, so maybe we should have traded those.
Maybe, but then I wouldn't have had a Steel type. So
yeah.
Or a Water type, for that matter. Actually, no.
Slowking's a water.
Sandaconda's been my water. Sandaconda's been my water, actually. And yeah, you're right. Slowking would have been my water then.
Yeah.
3
I was
Psychics
so sure
would
you'd
not
be
have been great.
expecting Dipplin as well.
I was kind of expecting Dipplin, but I was like, of your Terra captains, Dipplin was kind of the last one I would expect. I
I
was
was
thinking,
laughing so much in my head. Like we were talking about Sneezer being a fraud, in my opinion, because everyone brings a poison Terra type against it. Look at
mhm,
me with my Diplin being Terra poison. I was like, I'm putting the seed in Steve's head just to not
yeah,
bring it.
yeah, it's funny. Let me actually like do this calc real quick, because I'm curious what. I remember that Diplin was actually like the only thing that could reliably like tank Sneasler's hits.
Oh yeah, it really checks that Sneezer set actually.
Uh,
But then I do nothing back.
yeah, at
I did
plus
nothing
three,
back to it.
at plus three, at 1 HP, reversal does 55 to 65 with max defense.
That's a sad roll. Diplin is such a goat.
Yeah, but to
Like
be
even
fair,
if you're
if
at
I was at
plus
plus
if you're at
five,
+5, it's 91.2.
yep,
It still lives. That's insane.
yeah, it is pretty insane. But at the same time, too, would have had to have been max HP, max defense in order to do that. But
Oh, there was no shot that was being anything else.
yeah, that's valid. Necrozma, I was kind of disappointed because Necrozma was mainly there to be like another. I was hoping that I would be able to set up a Calm Mind, of course, but fucking GLISCOR was right there.
Yeah.
And then it always was able to like take on like majority of your team, like Slowking, and like that's why I had Dark Pulse, was for Slowking
Oh
specifically.
yeah, interesting. Yeah.
Otherwise,
That's a good ring.
I probably would have brought I don't know, like Moonlight. I think I would have brought Moonlight over that. Rest would have been really funny.
Yeah. I was scared of a few rest. Like the Sandacona, I was really scared of being rest.
Yeah, and I was so close to being Rest too over Rocks, but I was just like, I need
That's why I
Rocks.
kept taunting you.
Mhm.
That's why I kept taunting you.
Yeah, and I really needed Rocks specifically for Typhlosion because after you
Yeah.
take 25%, like, sure, you're still dealing a lot of damage, but you're not dealing nearly as much damage with 25 of your HP, like, gone.
Yeah. Like, I still had some overheat to do more, but I was like, if I don't get the roll on the Crowsmaw, like if it was a roll, I don't think it was because you didn't have HP. Like if I didn't have the roll, it was still fine. I'd go into Meowscarada, click U-turn, and go from there. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm glad Necrozma got one at least. It was able to kill Corviknight. I'm happy about that.
Corviknight's been such a disappointment for me. It's so sad. Like, I was talking about it with Meep and with Zero. I was like, I'm going to make this Corviknight kill leader. Genuinely. Because I was like, yeah, what stops Corviknight? Fire types, ghost types, and electric types. So I went for Great Tusk to stop all the electric types. And then I had GLISCOR also for the electric types. And fire types couldn't touch my Slowking, and ghost types couldn't touch Blissey. I was like, I have everything. And I don't think it got a single kill and it died like 7 or 8 times now. It's really sad.
Man. Yeah, but hey, it is what it is. Like, it's just
What's the speed for on the Crozma? Like your 12 speed?
12 speed. I genuinely don't remember, to be honest. What are the speed here? I'm gonna pull up my prep doc so I can look at the speed tiers.
My speed tiers are shit. It's probably for Glaceon. If that's,
It might
if
be
you're
for
expecting-
Glaceon. It's either for Glaceon or it's for. Oh, actually, no. I think I just threw on that extra speed just to be able to like catch you trying to speed creep min speed.
yeah, okay.
I think that's
Yeah,
why.
makes sense.
Because if you go like
Yeah.
8 speed on things, then I can just go 12 and outspeed things. But
I do
You-
have a knack of putting 8 speed on once, yeah.
yeah, and I'm just like, I could have done that on some things. Like I could have done that on Conda, but like at the end of the day, it's 8 EVs. It's not going to do that much.
I have a lot of speed on my monster. My Gliscor has so much speed. And then what else do I have? Like Blissey has none because it needed all of Fizz Def for Sneasler.
Yeah. I'm
And
actually.
Meowscarada even outspeeds your Dragapult if it was scarfed. Speed creeping my Meowscarada, speed creeping your Sneasler if it was scarfed, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
And that's another thing too. If I switched in something else instead of like letting Dragapult go down there, like Dragapult could have gone crazy in the late game, but I didn't want you to.
On Meow there, you mean?
Yeah, when Meow knocked it off, I could have like switched in. I don't even know what else I had, but
I think it was Sandakuna and Sneezer, so Sandakuna would have lost its item, which would have helped GLISCOR.
yeah, it would have
Sneezer without his Legendary.
yeah, it would have helped GLISCOR, but at the same time, then would have meant that Dragapult was still alive then. So
Yeah.
that would have been
Although
really
Meow
nice.
just always revenged it, so yeah.
Not
And
unless
Blissey
Neasler
too.
beat it first.
You know what's really sad about the game, but you'll see it in my team builder. I'm bringing Blissey for the first time since I think it's week 2, and I named it L Queen just to laugh at Elliot.
And it didn't even come.
Yeah.
Oh
But
yeah,
at
that's
least I
another
mentioned it
thing.
in the team builder.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Psyshock, of course, was for Blissey.
Yeah, sure.
But hey, sucks, bro. You want to know what I'm really upset about? Ever since like I started uploading, I have never made it past round 1 of playoffs.
Oh, that's really sad.
I have made it to playoffs in pretty much all of my draft league games, but I've choked in playoffs round 1 every time.
That's sad, man.
Yeah, like there was only
I'm
one
used to
time
losing in semis.
Yeah, I'm just like, for whatever reason, it gets to like round 1 of playoffs, and I just absolutely choke, and I can't keep a spot. I think I just
At
get
least
in
I
my
don't
own
think
head.
you choked against me. I don't think you choked this game, to be honest.
I probably didn't, but I'm going to keep telling myself that I did, because if I don't, then I'm just going to continue feeling bad.
You feel better when you say you choked?
Yes,
That's crazy.
because it's better for me to say that I choked and that I could have won, and not that my opponent was just simply better than me.
I'm the opposite. I'm the opposite.
I can't accept that my opponent is just simply better. I can't, because it ruins my mental.
I don't like blaming myself, so
I'm used to blaming myself. That's how I've gotten. Well, that's the nursing school mentality, bro.
Me, I work with kids, so it's always the kids' fault. That's easy for me. They don't watch my videos anyway, so it's fine.
Hey, I watch your videos. I watch all your videos.
True fan. Better than me. Like, you know what he told me? he was watching my video from my game yesterday, my Deoxys Speed League.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, when you select off your guard jump immediately, I just clicked off the video, and I was like, okay, man, sure.
Man.
Didn't even know I called it back to win. But okay, Meep.
Fake
Whatever
fan.
you do, man.
Fake fan, Meep.
And then he's like, at least I comment for the algorithm. I don't care about the algorithm, fan. Be a good friend. No.
True. Man. But truly, it was a good match. It sucks to go out the way that it did when it was so close. But truly,
yeah, I was so comfortable, and then your Sneezer clicked Lychee Berry and Duran. I was like, huh, this is scary.
Yeah. And what's so funny is in mocks, I've like, this set worked, and my opponent didn't know I was running this. He was like, "Oh, that's heat! And I'm just
it was heat.
Yeah.
Just not strong enough for GLISCOR.
Yeah, fully Fizz-Def GLISCOR, because he brought specially defensive.
You did so much to it.
Yeah, it's not fully
It's still insane you
Fizz-Def.
did this much to it.
Yeah.
Like,
Man.
I had to fight it in GWA too with Terra, and it had Terra Eyes, but the first time it didn't bring it with Terra Eyes, and I was like, yeah, I just walled the Sneeze, and I think at +4 it did like 35%. It was really pathetic.
Yeah. And like, I keep telling myself that if I just attacked you with Necrozma instead of like clicking Calm Mind as you taunted me,
Calm Mind, yeah.
that it would have mattered, but then I'm just like, no, because I would have clicked Psyshock, and then at that point, Psyshock, like, you would have just gotten all your health back anyways.
Yeah, so like, I thought about it. If you were like a Photon Geyser Mollusk set, you did a lot of damage to me, And I was like, I just can't risk him being DD with a weakness policy for my Meowscarada. Because that'd been really insane. And I was like, yeah, Sneasler is still not an issue. My GLISCOR always lives hits from it. I was still assuming you were adamant bandit,
Yeah.
so...
Yeah,
You
and I was
weren't.
just like, yeah. And I was also just too, like, I was between you taunting me or toxicking me. Because I thought Toxic was just as good on Necrozma as well. But it makes sense that
Yeah.
you would taunt and then Toxic. I really wish that I would have just, like, attacked you, got my damage off on you as much as possible, and forced you to into an uncomfortable position, and then, like, just let Necrozma go down. Instead of,
Yeah,
like, doing that whole, like, rigmarole of just, like, doing all that, you know?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Although I do think that I toxic you already on like switching, I think.
I don't think so. I think
I
you
thi-
taunted me and then toxicked me. But I might have been wrong. I might be wrong about that.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure either, but like, yeah.
Yeah,
I
if
was
you did,
pretty
if you
confident
did,
in GLISCOR.
yeah, if you did toxic me right away, then I had no reason to just not keep clicking an attacking move. I should have just kept clicking Heat Wave, because again, like I caught Corviknight on the switch, of course, but like it would have been really nice to catch just dealing damage to GLISCOR, and it would have told me
Yeah.
that you were physically defensive then too.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, there's no way Heat Wave did that much damage. I'm max special attack. So yeah, he definitely is not specially defensive, and I would have saved Sneasler.
I do find it interesting that people in your mocks brought especially defensive GLISCOR. Like, it was not on my mind. I was always bringing Fizdef.
The main reason was because people just saw like how many of my mons could run like Hex and stuff, and
Yeah.
they were just like, Hex kind of like makes him sad a little bit, so special defensive
Yeah.
makes you sad.
See, that's why I had Corviknight. Like, I didn't really want to bring it. Like, Great Tusk is better into you, in my opinion. You only have the Rotom, really. But I was like, yeah, but like, Corviknight is an easy pivot, and it does wall Dragapult and Necrozma decently fine. Like, sure, they could be running Flamethrower or Heatwave.
Yep.
But if so, it's still fine. And most importantly, I was scared of your Sneasler being Dire Claw and getting like a paralysis or a sleep on my GLISCOR. That'd been really sad.
Yeah,
So I wanted to go into Corviknight and then slow U-turn to GLISCOR, so...
that's fair. You want to know an interesting statistic that I realized about this season running Sneasler?
Yeah.
I haven't clicked Dire Claw once this season.
Wow.
I have
Wow.
I have clicked CC, U-turn, and like maybe in one game like Throat Chop, and that is it.
Yeah,
I've
that's
just
crazy.
clicked.
I
I've just
watched your
clicked
videos
close
as
combat.
well, and I never realized that.
Yeah. I just Sneasler has been a close combat machine, and of course, the one time I didn't bring it as a close combat machine, it didn't work.
To be honest, if it was a close combat machine, you'd have done even less. So
Very true, but I probably would have played it differently then, because this entire team was meant to just facilitate this one set. Like, this entire team was built around Sneasler. And
it's interesting that you couldn't touch my Typhlosion if I didn't Terra.
yeah, but
Like, I remember the turn one, I was like, I don't need my ghost typing. The Sneasler is not a threat anyway with GLISCOR. Well, I may have needed my ghost typing.
exactly, and that's the whole reason why I
Yeah.
was super comfortable just running this, was because that you were going... I knew you would Terra out of your ghost typing at some point, and if you didn't Terra
Yeah.
out of it, then you were doing significantly less damage with your eruptions, and I would have been able to...
True.
And I could have just like killed it beforehand too. Like I could have just gotten rid of it before Sneasler if you insisted on not terraing it.
Yeah, it's a really good call out, to be honest. It's a good call out.
Yeah,
I rate it.
yeah. It's sad that it didn't work, but at the end of the day, what you gonna do? Like I brought the fire tech, I brought the cool tech. It almost worked, but it didn't.
Yeah, Heat of the Week, I was like, when you mentioned it before the game, I was like, I win Heat of the Week with my Chople Berry Psychic Alluring Voice Blissey. Well, I did not win Heat. The Sneasler was more Heat than my Blissey.
You know what? I was going to argue with you because the tech didn't work, but Blissey didn't even hit the field. So yes, Sneasler was
It's
better.
so sad. Hell Queen did not hit the field.
Yeah,
Sad
I'm
day.
actually. You know what? Just for you, I am going to run. I'm going to check this calc here to see if max physically defensive Blissey with the Choppleberry could have lived a reversal.
Oh, no chance. No chance.
I am cute.
Wow.
Okay, guess how much it does. Guess how much it does.
Unfortunately, we have the calcup as well, so
227 to 268%. Man.
I'm not even max FizzDev. I only have 236, so mine says it's 276.5. Wow. If you look at the HP, it's even better. Max roll of 1,972 HP.
True. Yeah.
Wow.
That is absolutely insane.
It would have been really funny if you clicked it and my Choppleberry would have went off, and then I still died 3 times.
Yep, that would have been really funny. Man, the one time I was banking on my opponent to not bring a certain set. Man.
Yeah.
Because I knew from the start that FizzDef GLISCOR was an issue, but I was like, ain't no way he brings fully FizzDef GLISCOR. I have so many, like, specially offensive threats. There's no way he brings that. And what do you know?
That's the nice thing about my team, because I have Blissey and I have Slowking, so my team is really bulky on both sides, so I can, like, make my GLISCOR physically defensive. I'm bringing Blissey, and I can make it specially defensive. I'm not bringing Blissey, so I do like this. But offensively, my team is lacking.
Yeah, it definitely does. And that's another reason why I brought Whims, was because it would give me Encore support. And if you were like a booster speed, bulk up Tusk or something, I could always Encore you into bulk up. Like doing that sort of thing. I'm not sure what
Tusk I was going to bring. It might have been that one, yeah.
And then it also...
Get some calcs. Hey, your Sneezer always two-shot at me if you were Bandit, which was really sad to see.
Yeah. And then it also made Blissey really sad because it encored you into soft boiled.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, that Typhlosion lead just really put me on the back foot the entire battle, and I just wasn't able to catch up.
Yeah.
Because
I definitely look better in my video than I will be in yours. Because I definitely mentioned that my team was like, I'm leading Typhlosion, I'm killing something, and then when I saw team preview, same thing. All my worries I had for your Sandacona, I just kept for myself, so the audience doesn't know.
Yeah. Like, I was going back and forth, like, at the start of the battle, just being like, do I go Sandaconda, or do I go Whims? But then I was just like, if he goes lead Meow, it's better for me to go Whims, because it just, like I mentioned before, the red card, like, tech just made it so that I was always able to, like, get a good lead off. So I'm like, this is the best way that I can get a lead most of the time, and I expected you to be, like, anything but, like, Hisui and Arcanine, and then once I, like, locked it in, I'm just, not Hisui and Arcanine, Hisui and Typhlosion.
Typhlosion, yeah.
But then I was like, Hisui and Typhlosion, it can kind of just lead, and if he's Scarf, then he can even outspeed Dragapult, so he kind of just is free, and then the more I was thinking about it, I was just like, damn! Ugh.
Yeah, like, the worst thing for me was if you were leading, like, Sandacona, for example, yeah. But then still I got the intel on your items, so it wasn't all lost.
Mm-hmm.
I do like leading my Eruption ones and I'm not bringing boots on them, so just to kill something immediately.
True. Actually, I am just going to calc this really quick. I just want to calc the Hisuian Typhlosion Eruption into Sandaconda real quick. Just to be sure, I said it, yeah, it always lived 80 to 95%, and then Earthquake. Oh, Earthquake did 98 to 115. I would have fucking killed you too.
I am modest though. I am modest instead of timid, so.
Yeah, exactly. It still did 80 to 95.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, 80 to 95 with max special attack modest, and then Earthquake does 98 to 115. So I pretty much always, like, guaranteed KO'd you. And then I could have just gotten rocks up right afterwards, because if you happen to live at 2%, that honestly would have been even better, because Eruption would not have killed me.
How much does that do if I'm at 2%? That would be funny.
2
Eruption
does 2%.
2.3.
So I could have gotten rocks up then afterwards. That would have been so good. That would have been so
Max
good.
roll of 10 HP, all the rest are 8. Yeah, that's tragic.
Yeah, and then Actually, even better yet, then I could have just simply been able to like set up iron defenses in your face and then just recovered up with leftovers.
Wow.
Man, if the lead was different. If the lead was different.
Yeah, lead matchups are really big. I've started to learn, like, and Meowscarada is really good with them because people really expect Meowscarada because it can do so much. It can be Focus Sash, can be Scarfed, and with Protein and its speed, like, even against KJ and his Sun team, I was like, I become a Rock type, so I don't really care.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so versatile.
Yeah, and I'm just really bad with leads in general. Like, the lead matchup is probably, like, where I am worst at in Mons. That's what I need to get that's where I need to get better at with Mons, is with my leads. Because there have been so many matches where I've just started off poorly with a lead and then just not been able to recover. If there's anyone out there in the audience who wants to give me tips on how to be better in the lead metagame, shoot me a DM, please.
For me, at least, it helps when I have a dedicated game plan. So when I know in a team builder, like here I wanted to lead Typhlosion always, and I even had backups. Like if you brought like a Sandaconda lead, for example, I knew I was going into Corviknight to U-turn out into GLISCOR, so I had a backup plan. But like, when I don't have a real lead, I often get the lead wrong as well. Like if you look at my GWA semifinals game, when I lose to the Sneezer lead matchup, I just lose 2 months and multi-skill on my Dragonite and I couldn't recover anymore.
Oh wow.
Like if I just get the lead matchup right, there isn't anything to worry about. So my biggest tip would just be to get a real game plan and stick to it.
Yeah, that's definitely something I need to get better at. One sec. My sister's wanting me to... She's asking me what gene size I am for Christmas presents.
I don't even know what gene size I am. I find buying pants, buying trousers is so annoying.
Like it is.
When you go to a shopping mall, all the stores in there, they have different sizes. Like I go shopping with girls because I don't like going on my own, and they're like, yeah, when I look at you, like a size 176, for example, and then I try it on, and then we go to a different store, and then I'm a size large, and I'm like, where's the number? Why do I have a large now? It's so annoying. I really hate it.
The American, how we do gene sizes is length and width, so like how many inches it is. So for example, I am a 36 length and 34 width. So that's pretty much
we
how
have
I do
that
it.
as well. I think I'm like 32, 34, I think.
Wow, you're a short man.
It also depends on what. No, I'm not. I'm actually 6'1", so.
Jesus, you just have short legs then.
I mean, like I'm 32 in width, and then 34 in length.
Oh, 32 width. Okay, I was getting it the other way around then, because for whatever reason,
no.
we must have it differently here.
Oh yeah, I could also be wrong. Like, trouser sizes are my biggest weakness in the world, except for ice Pokemon. Ice Pokemon are also really tough for me.
Yeah. But hey, Sandaconda put in work. He was a funny goober today. He was a goober today.
It really did. It really did.
But yeah,
I am happy that you told me I was PP stalling you, because I was like, I am going into Meowscarada. I'm just so annoyed. But you couldn't kill my Arcanine if you didn't have any investment, which you didn't have, I think, in your physically defensive side.
Yeah, I had no.
And then I was like, yeah, my taunt wears off, you click rest, and I lose. And my Blissey didn't die either because it was a stupid Choppleberry. So I couldn't switch out. It was so sad. So when you said like, yeah, I'm PP starts, I'm okay, let's go into Meowscarada and end this now, because it was annoying me as well.
Yeah, it would have been really funny if I was rest over EQ and just was running body press. Had absolutely no way of hitting Hisuian Typhlosion on a second Pokemon. Because I was body press, iron defense, rocks, and then EQ. So if I wasn't running rest over EQ, that would have been really hilarious.
See, for some reason I wasn't expecting EQ. Like I thought you would be Terra Blast, but that was with me expecting you being Terra Water. So
Yeah.
It makes sense that you're the Q.
Yeah, I could have been Terra Water, but I just really didn't want to be weak to Meow Flower Trick. Like, Terra Fairy just allowed me to be neutral against Meow alongside like Glaceon, and then resisting close combats from Great Tusk, like all that sort of stuff. It was just nice to have to be Terra Fairy instead.
Yeah, it was really hard to kill for me, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But then again, you couldn't kill GLISCOR either, so...
Yeah, I couldn't kill you. What's crazy is just a few crits might have actually made it so that Sandaconda would have 1v1'd you.
Yeah. Like, I wasn't paying attention to my HP, but I was like, suddenly I'm at 100? Okay, then how did this happen?
Yeah, like, from clicking a not very effective move. Like,
Clicking body press 16 times, yeah.
Exactly. Like, just one or two crits genuinely might have been able to, like, swing the tides.
Yeah. But then Meow came in sooner, so...
Yeah, Meow came in sooner, but then...
Although with Terra Fairy, I don't know this calc out on the top of my head, to be honest.
I imagine you probably do roughly, like, 40%. If I had to guess. You were max attack, right?
Yeah, 36 to 43, yeah.
Yeah.
I was fine.
Yeah, you were always okay. And you even lived body press too, by the way. Body press
because I become a grass type, yeah.
No, like body press does actually wait. Oh yeah, I was at +2. I was at +2 defense. Never mind, yeah. I thought I was at neutral defense, but
yeah, but I become a grass type, so it's okay.
Man, I just keep looking at this GLISCOR set and it makes me angry. This is the one thing. The one.
It does have an effect on people.
Yeah, this one set is the one set that ruins me. Physically invested with Taunt.
Yeah. That's my favorite GLISCOR set, Taunt. It's such a good stall breaker, and it allows it to be a really annoying stallmon as well.
Because I was also just like, in my head thinking, okay, I have so much setup on my team here. I can always just like set up in front of GLISCOR and he can't do anything about it. Well, I guess he can do something about it.
Yeah, this is my favorite draft one. And people respect it way too much as well. That's really funny to me. Like, even you said it. I was expecting you to be offensive. Like, sure, GLISCOR offensively is good, but it's so much better when it's a stallmon. It's funny to me.
Yeah, and also, like, another thing that was just, like, that stressed me out about this match, literally any attack investment, and my Sneasler was cooked.
Yeah, true.
Like, any attack investment...
I maybe should have put up, but in my defense, who is expecting a 230 defense Sneasler?
Yeah, you're right. No one's expecting a 220 defense Sneasler.
And I didn't KO you, that's insane.
Yeah, that... Man.
Like, it's not even a weak Pokemon. Like, my Blissey has some special attack because it needed it to KO the Sneasler. My GLISCOR is not as weak as a Blissey is. I didn't KO, it's really funny.
Yeah, that's kind of wild, actually. That is pretty wild. But yeah, my favorite calc of this is that Sneasler was always able to live a Brave Bird from Corviknight.
Really?
Not super attack invested Corviknight, of course, but like I could live a lot of Corviknight Brave Birds.
Wow.
Yeah, that's actually how it got procced a lot in Mox, is that it would get Brave Birded.
Yeah. Fair play, man.
Yeah. But hey, what you gonna do? What you gonna do about it?
Get GLISCORed.
Yeah, get GLISCORed, honestly.
I was laughing so much at Mike's preview of our battle from like 2 weeks ago. He was fully hating on GLISCOR for the entire game.
Man, like I was popping off so hard when the Sneasler like tech actually like procced properly and I lived. I was just like, come on, Sneasler, get the kill. But then, like, I saw it did, like, 60, and I was just like, huh?
I saw your Nietzsche berry proc, and I was like, huh. Plus 3 attack Sneasler. Oh, still fine. It's okay.
Yeah, I didn't
I was
realize...
worried about Flail. Like, I was looking through its moveset if it had Flail. Like, I'm never gonna know something really funny. And it didn't happen in GWA though. But one of the people drafted Magikarp in our Uber season, and he brought it against the Deoxys attack team. Because if it like Focus Sash always lives it obviously, and then it goes back with Flail. So that was his entire game plan, and I even helped because his opponent, I was talking to him and I was like, don't bring screens on Deoxys, it's really bad. Because with screens it lived the Flail. I was helping, but not really helping. And then he just tricked the Magikarp, really sad. But that game just made me remember, like, Flail is really annoying. So I was looking at your sneeze and I was like, nah, reversal is fine. Flail wasn't.
It's kind of insane because even if I was at 1 HP, at +3, I still only did 79 to 94%.
Yeah. GLISCOR is fast.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh. Because, like, if you were, like, the standard, especially defensive set, like,
yeah,
like,
I dropped, yeah.
I did 104 to 123, dude. I'm gonna be mauling over this loss for decades to come, brother. I'm gonna be...
I'll have definitely revenge from last time.
I'm gonna be on my deathbed, and I'm gonna be looking at my wife and my children in front of me, and I'm just going to be saying, I should have Sword Stance on Dries' GLISCOR.
Man's going to wake up from a nightmare just with a GLISCOR.
Literally, though. Ugh. Honestly, though, I am very excited for a potential next season, like for MMC or whatever season that I plan on joining next. So who knows? But for now, I'll finally be.
I hope you join GWA, man. That'd be really nice.
GWA. What's the format that it's going to be next? Or do they not
I think
know?
we're just going to do like the same as we did in MMC, maybe a bit more crazy with the Terra caps. Like, I really want to go, instead of like 15 points and 9 and below can Terra, I really want to go 20 points and 10 and below can Terra. So we have a bit more power, but nothing crazy. Mainly because we had some issues with GWA the last few seasons. I really want to have a lot of input from like the people. It's not because I want to play that format that the other people want to play, so I know myself. I just enjoy playing most stuff. Like, I have fun with mods anyway. Yeah. Ubers, Little Cup, low tier. It doesn't matter to me. I have fun.
Yeah, I would really like to play like a more like middle low tier before. Like, I think I mentioned this to you in group chat before. I would love to draft Cleavor someday.
Man, you should have told me before. Like, I think I'm starting a mid-low tier draft tomorrow, and Cleavor is in. Like, it's the one with the Terrakion, you know?
Yeah. But hey, maybe I'll just take a little break from draft for the time being. I've been super busy with school and everything. Maybe I'll just take a little break, work on draft for dummies, and
draft for dummies on GLISCOR.
True, I need to do that. But that one is hard because GLISCOR is actually a mon that's not a one-trick pony, so I'm gonna have to like cover a lot of shit with that thing.
Yeah, it's also like the anti-dummies one. I don't think you can do anything wrong with GLISCOR.
No, I
it's
agree.
So easy to use.
Yeah, it's easy because you can literally throw on the most like abhorrent shit and it will still work.
I don't like my versatile ones.
Yeah, like Psychic Fangs, Toxic Spikes, and Taunt. It just fucking works.
What's the set? Like, it's so stupid. And it genuinely worked, like, yeah.
Yeah, and it fucking did
like,
good.
Usually I don't like my versatile ones. Like, Iron Valiance, nothing for me. Even Great Tusk, like, I'm not so sure that I love it. It has too many options. But then GLISCOR also has all this option that doesn't matter what you decide, it's always strong, it's always bulky.
I value versatility in draft, but I do really like my just click buttons Pokemon. Like Sneasler is one of my favorite mons just because it's like click button, have fun. But because that's what's funny. Yeah. Like I value versatility so much, but I genuinely like as good as Dragapult was for me, I was just like, this feels alright. Like
I really liked Bolt, but it was like it always provided something for the team. Like it got like 1 or 2 kills each game. I won the season when I had Dragapult. I think it ended with 11 or 12 kills, so it did really well.
Yeah.
But it was never like the standout Pokemon, so...
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's always, like, there, doing its thing. It does good. Like, it will come to every single match, and it will do a job in each of those matches. It's just, like, it was never the standout. And that's what those are kind of what my favorite Pokemon are. Like, Sneasler always has been the standout. That thing has been getting kills since the start.
My favorite one to use to click buttons is Gouging Fire. Like, you haven't played Draft if you haven't drafted Adamant, Gouging Fire, Choice Band in the sun. It's so stupid. Like, I have videos when I didn't do commentary yet that I one-shot an Annihilate with Heat Crash. I two-shot a Vizdev Gastrodon with Heat Crash. It's so stupid. I one-shot a Great Tusk.
That's kind of wild.
Like, look at damage counts from Gouging Fire, Adamant in the sun. It's so stupid. Because it gets the Photosynthesis boosts, it gets a Fire type 50% boost. It's so stupid, it's insane.
Yeah, it's very, very funny Pokemon.
So, like, my reputation and my service is really funny. Like, in GWA, people think I'm a click button and delete player. And then we see everyone is calling me a stall player, and I'm like, okay, I'll just adapt to whatever you want me to be.
Yeah. I think next season I'm planning on doing something like different. Like I'm trying to like just try different things, spread my wings a bit. This was my take on doing a more of an offensively oriented team, which is kind of funny because
I'm not so sure I'd agree with that it's an offensive team.
More offensive than what I normally run.
Yeah.
Like,
I really like your team. Like I mentioned it in my build, and I think your team was the best. I mean, it was definitely the team I liked the most, I think.
Yeah, I definitely really enjoy my team. It's just like, it was weird because like I love using Indeedee, but I just felt like there were so many weeks that I just couldn't slot it on. Like I couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
Like this week I wanted to run it, but then I was like, but then Sandaconda can't Terra, and Indeedee really, really needs the Terra in order for it to hit as much as it does. Like,
I was prepared for it. I rewatched your your draft analysis from before the season, because I remember you saying like, this is a damage calc on Corviknight, and I'm like, yeah, do my work for me, Steve.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not much of like a terrain or weather guy. I just don't like running those kinds of teams.
I really do like them. Mostly weather. Terrain is but I love weather.
I don't like either. I think being forced to run like one of those like styles kind of just like forces you to be like, okay, you know exactly, like, you know, one Pokemon is coming every single week. And
yeah,
like,
it kind of depends on what you draft. Like, I was talking about it with Mike today, and I think I also showed you my rain team, but like that was when we played NetDeck season 2 seasons ago, so you probably don't remember.
Yeah.
But my first ever team I drafted was a Terra Dragonite in Rain. And that was just so stupid because people prepared for my Rain. I had Pescu Legion. I had both of them for 12 points. They were packed still. And then I had a Flozel for 3. So I had so much Rain for like 15 points only. But if they prepared for Rain, they weren't prepared for Dragonite. If they prepared for Dragonite, they weren't prepared for Rain. So I think my Pelipper came to only 3 or 4 games in the entire season. I made finals, so...
Yeah.
I think Rain is the best. When I had Sun with Gouging Fire, I brought Sun every time. So that's true. But like Torkoal is a good month for me. Like it's a solid spinner, it's a solid Stout Rocker as well. And you never lose something bringing it in because you always set up the Sun, so.
Yeah. I don't know.
I kinda like it.
Yeah.
For me, like,
you go ahead.
Yeah, I think I'm similar to you in playstyle. Like, I also mostly enjoy slower teams that can just suddenly click buttons and break through.
Yep.
And I think weather kind of, excuse me, weather kind of helps with that because like your weather abusers just break through, which allows your other ones to be a little bit more passive. Like, I watched Crap, who's one of my friends in GWA, play with Terra Kingdra, and that thing just broke stuff in half. It was really stupid.
Yeah. I guess I can see what you're saying, but at the same time, I also think that being forced into the limited amount of turns that your weather or terrain is up really just like puts you in bad positions because it forces you to not be able to like pivot in your setter very easily, and then like that kind of just
I really enjoyed it with developer. Like I always ran like no speeds, relaxed nature, and then I used slow U-turn, so I had all the turns in the world.
Mhm.
And it also helped with that best collision, which is a lot more bulky than like a Floatzel or like a Ludicolo, for example.
Yeah.
Or even Barraskewda. So
I guess like another reason I don't love it is because so many weather teams are super weak to rocks because every weather setter is weak to rock unless it's like, you know, a sand setter. So that's sort of like the main issue that I have with it is they're all weak to rock, so then they don't love switching in and taking stealth rock damage if they're like their the item that
they like their weather rock,
yeah, their rock item, so so they kind of have to be boots, and then they're not as many turns, so you're forced to still pivot them in and out of battle more often. So it's like it's a little iffy. It's a little iffy at times, in my opinion. But
I like the boots more than the weather rock. Like with the developer, for example, you switch it in, it boots, it takes a hit, you U-turn out, and sure you only have I think 3 more turns at this if you switch it in that way. But like if you run a Specs Best Legion with Surf in the Rain, have fun with it, man.
Yeah.
I'm taking 2 anyway in those 3 turns, and then once again bring Pelipper in, and it's a bit slower, but it still gets the job done. At least for me it did.
Yeah, and Pelipper isn't the worst one of those because it still gets Roost, so it can still like reliably heal off some of the rocks damage where all the other ones can't. But I do think that Rain just in general just isn't as good this generation as it is in past generations, just because of how great Sun is.
Although, like, I do like the Rain matchup into Sun a lot more than otherwise.
Agreed. I agree.
Unless the Sun team has Walking League, that's great.
Yeah, for sure. But I think that's enough waffling for the time being, don't you think?
Yeah.
Man?
Yeah, it definitely has been.
Okay, well, thank you all so much for tuning in to this season of the MMC Pokemon Draft League. Feel free to keep an eye out for Draft for Dummies content coming very soon. And of course, go look at Dries' videos. He does a great job with everything. He's a really chill dude, as you can tell from the waffling session here. Is there anything else that you want to say before we head out then, Dries?
I practiced it. Like and subscribe to Steve SBU on YouTube, everyone. He's a goat. So
thank you.
And thank you for having me on, man.
Thank you so much, man. Of course, I can't wait to play you again in the future. We are now currently neutral, so
yeah, definitely deserved neutral. You definitely didn't get me kills the last time we played.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. All right, but
thanks for having me on, man.
Of course, man. And I hope you all at home are doing amazing today, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.